Hello, and welcome to 805 Focus. My name is Greg Gorga, your host for today, filling in for the wonderful Cinder Sinclair. And you're going to learn all about our local nonprofits on our show. And today we have Kerri Burns. She is the CEO of Santa Barbara Humane. Welcome.
Well, thank you, Greg. Thanks for having me.
Wonderful to have you here. So tell us a little bit about Santa Barbara Humane, the history and how it came about.
Well, first I have a question for you. Do you have any pets?
I have a dog, a 15-year-old Shiba Inu Chihuahua mix.
Wow.
He is a grumpy old man.
Well, as he should be. He's 15, but good for him and good for you for having him in your home. So a lot of people don't know the history about Santa Barbara Humane. We've been around since 1887, which is why I have gray hair, actually. So it just goes with it. We're one of the oldest nonprofits for animal welfare in the United States.
Wow.
So if you think about history of animals and you think back, I mean, we've come a long way. Animals used to be out in the fields running around, and then animals started to come into the yards. And then as years progressed, animals started to come up on our porch, and then they came into the house. And now, I don't know about your baby, but now they're in the bed, right? Mm-hmm. So we've progressed a long way with animals and animal welfare. And as we've moved along, we started our facility over here off of Overpass in the 1960s. So we were a group of volunteers originally started, but in 1960 we have our home off of Overpass Road, and it's old, it's run down, but it's a great facility for everything. And what most people don't know about us also is that we're a local nonprofit. I hear this story a lot. People are like, "Oh, I give to you guys all the time," or you're connected with that national group, right? And they're giving money to a national group. Well, every time, I'll just say, a certain person sings and you see these sad, dogs in kennels and stuff, that money that goes to the national groups does not reach it doesn't reach us, and it doesn't reach any animal welfare group. They're all independent. So we're not associated with HSUS or the ASPCA. You can go to Fresno. Fresno's local. We're local. You can go to LA. Those groups are local. So we were established in this community by the community and for the community. And we've done a lot. As a matter of fact, even in the 1920s, we took a snippet of time and not only worked with the animals in this community, but we helped the elderly and the children, because laws had not been established on the abuse treatment of children and the elderly. As those evolved, we just stayed kind of in our lane with the animals, and we've been doing it ever since. And it's a great legacy, it's a great history, and Santa Barbara loves their pets. They've proven that since the late 1800s, and we plan on making sure that happens well into the future.
And when you say animals, it's not limited to just dogs or cats?
For our organization, it is just for dogs and cats.
Okay.
In our veterinary clinic, which we can talk more about, we do extend some of the surgeries that we do with rabbits, actually.
Oh, wonderful. Mm-hmm. So yes, tell us about your facility and what goes on there.
So we have two campuses, one in Santa Maria and one in Santa Barbara. So we help people all throughout Santa Barbara County. And what we offer at both campuses is we have veterinary services. Now that includes, people think, spay neuter. Mm-hmm. We're so much more than that. Some people, I don't know about your dog, my dog does not like to have her nails trimmed. So we offer nail trimming, we offer microchips, vaccines, those yearly vaccines or multi-year that come up, we'll do those. We also started doing wellness exams. So for example, if your dog starts limping, you can make an appointment, bring them in, we'll take a look and just see what's going on and make a recommendation from there. Mm-hmm. We also do dentals. And I don't know about you, but going to a veterinarian, and I love our vets in our community. We want to support local. So, always have a relationship with the local veterinarian for emergencies especially, because we're not an emergency vet clinic. But when you go see a vet, you spend a lot of money. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's not cheap. I mean, it's better than having a child and putting them through college, I guess, in my opinion, but that's okay. So we have really affordable costs with what we do. And the great thing is, when you come in and you get services from us, you're also helping the other dogs and cats that are in the shelter. So it's really a win-win and a way to give back with our veterinary clinic.
So anybody is welcome to go take their dog or cat to your veterinarian clinic.
They are. And one question we do get also is, are all your vets volunteers? And the answer is no. We actually have 9 veterinarians on staff.
Wow.
Which is amazing, because currently, if you don't know, there's a vet shortage in the United States. We actually train vet students while they're in college. And then just recently, we've had several vet students say, when I'm done, I want to come work for you because of our mission and because of what we do and what we can offer the community.
Well, that's a glowing testament right there to hear
is.
that from them.
It is.
Well, wonderful.
Yeah.
And then other services at your facility?
Well, I think everyone knows us as the adoption place, right? That's what they think of. And yes, we do adoptions. We have wonderful cats and dogs available for adoption. And a lot of the animals that we get are owner surrenders. For whatever reason, a lot of people are like, oh, that's terrible. I could never turn in my pet. But you're not in their shoes. For example, we have people who've passed away and don't have any family left, and there's nowhere for that animal to go. We gladly take them in. When people come to us, we don't judge them, because I say animals don't judge us. Why would we judge you for your circumstance, right? So we'll take animals in, but the other half of the animals that come to us are from transfers. So we've got a lot of overcrowded shelters. Fresno, Los Angeles. So we actually help out those shelters by transferring animals into ours. Of course, we help our local groups first. Let's help your own backyard first before you move on. But it's really nice that we, as an organization, can help. Our length of stay for our pets is an average of 2 weeks, which they come in, they get their medical checks, they get all their vaccinations, we do a behavior assessment on them, and we match you with the right family. Or match the animals with the right family. And then, we just make sure we provide resources for you. We have some people that come in that want to turn in their pet. They're like, I can't keep my dog, for whatever reason that is. And we want to provide resources. Maybe it's food. Maybe it's free dog training. Maybe it's free veterinary care. That they didn't think they had that opportunity, but we want to provide that to them.
So you're eliminating some of the obstacles from them keeping their pet.
Exactly. Yeah. Here's a story that I absolutely love. This one gentleman came to us, and big guy, just seemed really nice, and he gets out of his truck with 2 large dogs, and the dogs obviously love him. They're jumping up on him, and he's kind of not looking at him. And my staff went out there to talk to him. He's like, I have to turn in I said, I have to turn in 1 dog. And that's hard. It's like, in your own mind, you're kind of going, what? Why, But again, we just listen. And so this went on for like 45 minutes. I can't keep the dog. I just need to turn one in. And while the dogs are jumping on him. And we said, we just need to know why. Why? And as humans, we have a hard time admitting things, especially when we feel like we're, just not doing what we should be doing. The bottom line was he finally, after about 45 minutes, just said, I can't afford food for 2 dogs. And we said, we've got you covered. We loaded him up with food. We said, you come back anytime you need more. And to watch those dogs still jumping on him and him crying with happy tears and all of them getting in the car and driving away, that's what we do.
Yeah.
That's what we do to help. So we want to be that resource for people. Yeah. One of our other programs that I love, and last year we helped over 1,300 dogs through our dog training class. So during the pandemic, all these animals got adopted, or people bought pets, whatever the situation was. Sure. People didn't socialize. So pets didn't socialize. So then all these behaviors started. So we're like, okay, let's set up dog training classes. It's all humane. There's no it's all positive reward. So there's no negative, training at all with what we do. And we have everything from reactive rover, shy dog class. We have puppy classes. We have basic, manners. So whatever suits the needs of the animal is what we want to provide. And it's fun, especially watching the puppy classes. But we have behaviorists and trainers on staff, so people can even call and say, my dog's doing this, and we can recommend a class, or we can do one-on-one consultation with you. I think had we not done that, probably about 50% of those animals coming through those classes last year would have been turned into the shelter.
Yeah.
So we're providing an outlet for people.
That's wonderful to adapt to that need and cover it. You might want to expand it to people because there's some people training. I think.
Well, we've thought about that, but we say really that the training goes from both ends of the leash, right? Because
Exactly.
we're really training the humans, but we don't tell them that. So don't let that word get out.
So have you seen more people giving back their pets? That I imagine because so many people did take in pets during COVID.
That's been the story out there. All these animals are in shelters. And here's the truth, because we gather statistics in our industry. The numbers of animals coming in to the shelter have still not reached the numbers that they were in 2019. The reason that shelters are more crowded is because everyone adopted. So it's not the animals coming in that we're seeing more of. It's not enough going out. So we would love it if people got a buddy for their cat or their dog and, let us help you with that. But the issue is not returning, it's going the other side, because it's like an attrition period with some things. So that's the piece that we really have to work on.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
And so how would somebody contact you to adopt a dog or a cat? How does that process work?
It's really simple. As a matter of fact, you should come down and adopt another one. So I can make that happen. It's simple. Come on, look on our website first. Check out the animals available for adoption. We are open 6 days a week to the public. Just come on in between 12 and 4:30. And my staff will talk to you, find out what your needs are. You might look at something on our website and go, oh, I want this dog. But when we talk to you, it might not be the right fit, but because we know our animals, we can guide you to make the right decision. So come on in between 12 and 4:30. We are closed on Wednesdays because we do staff training. We spend extra time with our dogs and cats. I'm gonna tell you that our animals are very spoiled, because when the public's not coming through, our staff, and especially on Wednesdays, our dogs go to the beach, they go to Home Depot, they go to Lowe's. Our cats have indoor-outdoor runs, so they get to play inside and outside. And during the day, our dogs aren't in their kennels. They're out in big AKC run yards. So we have enrichment plans for every single animal that comes in. I think by the time they're ready to be adopted, I think they look at the adopter and go, do you have this and this and this? And they have their own checklist. So it's wonderful.
Yeah, you might be spoiling them a little bit.
I think we are,
but you're
but that's okay.
But you're preparing them for adoption to make it easier for their new owners.
Absolutely. Last year we helped over 1,600 animals find new homes. And this year we're on track to do close to 2,000. So, and our veterinary care last year, because people needed, again, the help with their animals, we helped over performed 46,646, I think, services to animals last year.
Incredible.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
That means our community trusts us and they're coming to us, and it's our staff.
Wonder how many staff do you have?
We have actually 68 staff right now.
Wow, between the two facilities.
Between the two facilities, yes.
Oh my gosh,
yes.
that's wonderful.
And of course, I can't leave out our wonderful volunteers. As most all nonprofits know, they're part of your heartbeat with what we do. We reinvigorated, is the word I'll use, our volunteer program in February. We hired a great volunteer manager, and because during COVID we shut down, because I needed to keep staff healthy, and I just didn't want possible spread of stuff. So anyways, we started in February with a new program. Since February, we have over 140 active volunteers.
And what type of things would a volunteer do for you?
Well, the question is, what do you want to do, right? I mean, most people say, I want to play with puppies and kittens, but you can be a dog walker. You can just help us to enrich the animals by, playing with the puppies. You can work with cats, you can work with the kittens, you can help in all of our outreach events, you can help in the clinic. There's a lot of different things that people can do.
Oh, nice. And what kind of outreach events do you do?
So in the community, Santa Barbara County is great with events everywhere. Like Day in the Park in Santa Maria happens every year, and so we go and provide vaccines, free vaccines and microchips up there. Any of the events that we have in Santa Barbara, we work a lot with and we love it when local companies call us and say, hey, we're going to do we're going to name a beer after one of your dogs, so come on out and drink beer, and we'll go out there and take some animals for adoption. We just had our first ever gala in 136 years, believe it or not. And so each year we're going to be holding a gala because it was such a success. And there's just different events that we attend. Pride, we go to Pride every year. Domestic Violence Solutions, we're partners with them. So there's a lot of different things that we do in the community.
And you take some of the animals out there at these events?
We do, where we can. Absolutely. Are you kidding? Everyone looks at the animals. Nobody cares what we say or what we look like, right? They go, oh, that's so cute. Yes, it is.
Yeah, all my neighbors know my dog's name. They don't know who I am at all.
I know, right? That's how I am. I meet with donors and I'm like, what? I remember your dog, but I don't remember you. Yeah.
So any other activities that you want to talk about that the shelters you provide? Do you call it a shelter?
I call it a campus.
A campus?
We do more than just sheltering.
Yeah.
So I love the word campus because it's a place where people can come learn. They need to learn about the human-animal bond and what that means. We have a lot of people that come in that are first-time adopters, and we want to talk about that. We have people that want to come in and they think about, once we talk to them about adopting, and they're like, I'm not sure I can do that right now. And so then we can talk to them about fostering, right? Because some of the animals need to be fostered. Now, it's not that all animals need to be fostered because they're usually adopted in 2 weeks. But some of the animals need a little bit of care and recovery, maybe after surgery, or maybe they're just really shy and they need time out of the shelter, and you can just take them home and be an amazing foster parent. Now, most foster parents are like, oh, I know I'd be a failure and I'd adopt them. That's okay. We'll take that, So if you're interested in that, anyone that's interested in fostering can also contact us.
And you can train them how to do that fostering?
We give them all the supplies they need and we train them, yes, and we make sure our veterinary, if it's medical, of course, we help with all of that. So yeah, we want to make it a success all the way around. I think one thing that people don't know about us too is, as we all know, we had the fires and the debris flow. And this community was just kind of turned upside down. During times of disaster, it's not if, it's when, we actually open up our doors for free for people to bring their animals there. And during that time, we actually took in over 600 animals. Mm-hmm. And it's hard because once you're displaced, you have to find a place. And a lot of places don't take animals still, so we have to work on that one. But we want to make sure that everyone's comfortable and that they know that their family is still together, because pets are part of the family. And so we make that available for people who need that.
And it sounds like you charge for services, some of your services, mm-hmm. But you also it sounds like a sliding scale. You don't charge for everything that you do. So I know because I run a nonprofit, so you depend on donations. The services don't pay for themselves.
No.
And so it's a big part is your donation. So how can people support you?
Cash is king, right? That's what they say. I mean, we both know that, with everything that we do. But the support for us is not only, supporting the animals and the people who love them, because it's a win-win with what you're doing there. So there's different ways to give to us donations. Please check the website for the types of donations, because it's always be careful what you ask for. I've had bicycles show up and I'm like, I haven't taught a dog to ride a bike. I don't know what to do with this. So donations of any type is great. Volunteering is great. It's a way to donate really back to us. But check our website. We have a lot of different ways that you can get involved and to donate and support our community and the great work that we do with and for the pets.
And we all love our pets.
We do.
And we have so many of them.
We do.
Yeah.
People ask me, how many pets do you have? And I say, well, what's today? I've got probably about 200 right now,
On the campus?
Yes.
And do you have pets of your own?
I do. I have one perfect dog. So, yeah, I made my list, and I'm like, this is the dog that I want, and I was patient and waited, and she's in my life.
What type of dog is the perfect dog? Because I love my dog, but I wouldn't say perfect.
Mine is perfect because she loves everybody. She loves every dog. We can foster. I take her out to senior living facilities. She goes to schools. She doesn't bark. She's an amazing, amazing being, and I just love her.
Nice. How old?
She's about 12 now.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah. So I might have to adopt soon.
Yeah.
Again.
Well, you know where to go.
I do.
Santa
right?
Barbara Humane.
Exactly. I think it's a great place to go do that.
Well, thank you, Kerri, for joining us.
Thank you, Greg.
Thank you. Wonderful. And thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time on 805 Focus.